What's good, YouTube? Studio 10 back at it. I got another one for y'all today, so sit back, go grab your popcorn and your bev and lock in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sectioning off his hair. I wet it off already, and then I'm going to get into sectioning his hair. And guys, make sure that your parts are very neat. That way your haircut comes out neat and symmetrical. Alright guys, now I'm going to start off by debulking his hair, and I believe this is a number 4 guard. I usually always take a 4 guard, so it has to be. So I'll take a 4 guard and I'll go off the ridge of his head, just creating a shape by debulking it so I can get into my fading steps. Now you can see as I get towards the back of his head, I start to drop it a little bit just to make the back of his head not look so flat. You don't want your client's head to be flat. You want to frame out their face. So this will make his head look rounder instead of more boxy as it is. Okay, so now I go in with my 5/0 blade on my Super ZR2 detachables, and I'm just gonna go in and set in my first guideline, my ball guideline. And once again, just like debulking, I'm gonna contour this guideline to the shape of his head as well. Also guys, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the video out a lot, and it keeps me able to push out more content, and it'll feed into the algorithm so we can reach more people. I normally don't do this, but I feel like I got to. If y'all rock with me, I rock with y'all. And also I like to engage with my viewers and my support system, so drop a comment, I'll definitely respond. And even if you guys got any tips, criticism, whatever it may be, just drop it down below, and I promise you I'll see it. I always like my comments and I'll respond to most of them. So yeah, let's have a conversation down in the comments. Now I take my Babyliss Snap FX with the lever open, and I'm setting my second guideline. Like I always say, make sure your guidelines are a finger width apart. You don't want your fade super tight. Some people do, but for most people, we want to stretch those fades out, especially on a more square silhouette like his. Get in there, put your finger there, make sure you guys are doing finger width apart. And then I'll go in with my one guard lever open, and I'm just doing the same thing, second guideline, flicking out, and I'm making sure it's a finger width apart. And you guys can see his hair pretty much blends easily. I didn't even start to take the lines out, but you could barely see it. Make sure you guys still go through your steps though and take it out. This right here is my 2-guard close, I believe. And as you see, when I hit the ridge, I flick out. And what that does is that'll blend the hairs at the top, as you guys can see, into the hairs below. So make sure you guys are flicking out at the ridge and go through your steps. Lever open first, 1-guard open, and then 2-guard close, and then we'll start to fade down from there. Here's my 1.5 guard. I love this Babyliss 1.5 guard. Normally I stick with my Endless Masters, but this Babyliss 1.5 guard, I swear it gets the job done. But I take my 1.5 guard and I'm just blending in between that 1 and that 2, making sure I get dark spots that I see and try and flick those out during my process. Here's my 1-guard close. Like I said before, we dropping down, and I fade up and then I fade down, as you guys can see. That's just what helps me. It's what I'm comfortable with. I fade it multiple different ways, and this is just what I find comfortable and what I like to do. Sometimes I switch it up from getting bored, but this is my main way of fading. After my 1-guard close, I come in with my 0-guard halfway and then close, just to clean up those areas that I see or little dark spots that may be there disrupting my fade. That 0-guard will that 0-guard will make your fade blurry. But after that, I come in and I start taking out that bottom line. I know it's very faint, but guys, please still go through your steps. Make sure it's there, because even though you may not see it then, it may be later in the sunlight, that line is still going to be there. So just go through your steps and make sure you take that line out. Alright guys, here I go in with my clipper over comb. The comb, I believe, is a wall comb. I like that the best. But keep in mind guys, when you cut side to side, you remove bulk, as you see here. And then when I get to cutting up and down, that's fading in. So right here you'll see after this one, I'll start to cut up and down. Now you'll see here that little wedge right there. As I go up and down, that's gonna fade it in. So side to side removes bulk, and then up and down fades in together. So keep that in mind for next time. But here goes the other side. I sped this up for you guys, and then I'll just get back to you when we do the back and bring everything together. Same thing in the back, lever open first, and then I won't go I'm stuttering. Lever open first, and then 1-guard open, 2-guard close, and then 1.5 down, 1-guard, one guard closed and then half guard halfway to close. So I'll let you guys go through the back of this so you can see the process again. And then just make sure you guys practice these steps. Write them down if you have to. Put them in your notes, whatever you got to do. Keep these steps in mind and make sure you guys do all 3 sides separately. And I'm going to tell you why you do 3 sides separately. I do one side first and then the other side, and then I'll do the back so that I can bring everything together. As you can see, as I turn them side to side, I make sure that both sides are symmetrical and they're matching up so I can have an even fade. Everybody likes symmetry. It's just in human nature. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. But make sure you guys' cuts are symmetrical. A lot of the times you can have a choppy fade, but if your haircut's symmetrical, your client will still like it. So keep symmetry first before anything else, and then work on, mastering your fade and things like that. Like, I'm still not the best at fading, but I try to get better every time I cut hair, and I do little things to improve. But symmetry has helped me a lot in building a clientele and getting referrals and things like that. All right, here I go in and I just start detailing little stuff that I didn't see before. And I always give myself a little extra time to detail at the end of every haircut so I can get little steps I missed. Now, as you guys can see, I'm going to point out a slight mistake. The back there was, I just feel like I could have did better. That's all. Like, I could have made sure it was more uniform and stuff like that. But now we're about to get into scissor cutting the top. And guys, y'all been telling me I need to work on my shear work, and you're right. I've been doing it for a while. I've only been a barber for 4 years, but the first thing I learned was cutting straight hair clients, especially going to barber school, doing that mannequin 1,000 times. So there's just like little techniques like this where I'm parting off the bangs first. And you'll see here, I'll part off little pieces and I'll cut the bangs. People had a problem with me doing that, and I don't know why. I learned that from another barber. I forgot where he was from. I believe it was Scotland. I learned that from a barber just to get the bangs out first, so you can't mess it up, because I had a hard time cutting the fringe area and sectioning it off. This is a way that helped me get my bangs symmetrical and make sure I'm doing everything right. So if you guys like it, use it. But there were people criticizing me for it. I didn't have a problem with it. But I do agree I still need to work on my shear work, and I do need better shears. You guys need to help me out with that. Send some donations so I can get some Hanzos. But you'll see how I cut the top, and I'll talk you through it as I do it. But just keep in mind, I'm not the best, right? This is just what I do and know how to do and been practicing for a while. I strive to get better every day. So if you guys have any tips, just let me know in the comments down below. Okay, as you guys can see here, this is just a universal way to section off the hair to cut the top and strictly the top. I forgot what you would call it, but you'll create a linear part in the center. And you see after that first cut, I have a guideline. I really had a guideline already from doing the bangs. That's pretty much why I do the fringe first. And I'll just cut the rest according to how I cut the bangs. And so I make a center guideline first, and I'll cut everything down there, and then I'll flip it to one side, find my guideline there, cut it. You guys will see, and then other side and do the same thing. Then after that, I'll do some shear over comb and then readjust little stuff, and cross check just to make sure I got everything even. So that's pretty much how you cut the top. You guys will see that here, and I'll be back after I finish. Now I'm just going through drying the hair out with my blow dryer. This is a Dyson Supersonic, and I'll just get the hair damp, not fully dry, but damp, just so I can apply some styling powder and get a desired length, and I said length, a desired look and texture, just to finish off the haircut. And you guys will see that process here. My client was happy with it. I was happy with it. Yes, I could have done better. I was pretty much short on time. I fed this client in for like 20-minute haircut, and I just needed some content to record, but that's no excuse. I pretty much wish next time I do this, I'll just say I'll do it slightly differently, just to make sure everything's more symmetrical and even. But I was happy with the desired look, and my client was too. I really wanted him to go with a wolf cut because I liked his longer hair. It had a lot of bounce and texture to it, but he's a short style guy, and I think it came out nice. You guys let me know what you think. Also, guys, remember I said I always go back and detail little stuff that I see before I let the client get up. And here I'm just clipper over combing some little stuff that I see can get changed or, you know, fixed. And this is what I was talking about at the back where I left some bulk here. It's fine. The bulk is not the problem. My problem is I wish I would have got it more symmetrical, right? There's hair on the side here, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I just wish I would have got that a little neater, but next time I know how to cut it. This is one of my first times really cutting this hair. Second time, honestly, and it's been a full year. But next time I know to cut it just a little bit differently, just so I could get that desired look that I'm going for. But once again, I came out with I was happy with the final product, and so was my client. And you guys just see me go through and get his facial hair off and line up his goatee and mustache. Here's the before. As you guys can see, this is a year's worth of hair. And then here's the after. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all later. Love y'all.
Sucking my dick, bro. Yeah.
Like that? You fucking with it?
Nobody touch